Namaste. Good morning, dear students of class 8. Welcome back to today's class. I'm Sabina Shrestha. As you already know, I'm your science facilitator. So I'd like to welcome you all in today's distance learning class of science. This is our second class for today. So in previous class, we started measurement of physics. So let's start the class with some recap. So I'd like to start. In the previous class, we studied about measurement. Yeah, what is measurement? We learned about it. You can see in the slides being presented. What's measurement? We learned about it. And also we learned about various importances of measurement, why it's important in our daily life. And then we learned about some quantities like measurable and non-measurable quantities. The measurable quantities as physical quantities and non-measurable quantities as non-physical quantities. It's here. And similarly about two different types of physical quantities we learned, fundamental quantities and derived quantities. And then after, what are fundamental quantities we learned? Along with that, like for example, length, mass, time, they are the fundamental physical quantities. And also we learned about different derived physical quantities. Yeah, like area, volume, speed. These are the derived ones which do not depend upon fundamental quantities. Then after, like different derived quantities we learned example, and we also learned how to derive those derived quantities. And similarly we learned about unit. About unit, what is unit, what is important, and two different types of units like here. Fundamental units and derived units. The independent units like meter, kilogram, ampere, these are the fundamental units. And we learned about the main 7 ones, the fundamental units like this was represented in the table as well. And similarly, we learned about the derived units, the units which are derived from the fundamental units like this, like square meter, square cube of area, volume respectively. This we learned in derived units. And now some of the derived units, also we try to derive some of the units, find out how we can say them they are the derived units. You can just check over here like area. Okay, we can continue slightly from here as well. So area, its SI unit is square meter, and how it's derived, how its unit is derived, that we learned in previous class. Like here, few I would like to show here. Like area, its area is length into breadth. Simply to calculate the area of, suppose, a rectangle, the surface area, length into breadth B. And if its SI unit is meter, length we all know its SI unit is meter, M, and breadth its SI unit is also meter. We represent it by M. And similarly, M into M, it's M square, or we call it as square meter. So this, like this we derived. Similarly of distance or more, we can try few more for today. Like for example, let's try getting the derived unit of force. This is revision plus. Now we are going to start from units, derived units. So if it's force, we all know force is equals to force F. It's denoted by capital F. It's mass into, in class 7 you have already learned about force. Force is F equals to mass into acceleration due to gravity. M into acceleration due to gravity. Yes, F is equals to M into Z, or we can also say A. Now, M, mass is measured, the SI unit of mass is kg, and acceleration due to gravity is meter per second square. Now, you can see the SI units. About the unit of mass, acceleration due to gravity, you have already learned in class 6 as well. The rate of change of velocity over here. Yes, in a falling body. So, here now we can see this kg, it is the SI unit of, see, mass. It's a fundamental unit. This meter, here we can say this is the fundamental unit of mass. This is the fundamental unit of length. And this is the fundamental unit of time. So you can see the unit of force, like as a whole we call it as Newton. To write it in words we say Newton, and to write in symbol we write it as capital N. Now what we have is, you can see the unit of force. It's dependent upon the fundamental units of length, mass and time. Yeah, the unit of force is dependent upon the fundamental units of length, mass and time. That's why we call this unit as a derived unit. I hope I made you clear about the derived units. Similarly, we have more in the slides. You can just check in the slides. Like velocity, its SI unit is meter per second. Similarly, it's been derived. We can try that one also. Like for example, velocity. Velocity V. It's displacement or distance traveled in a particular direction. Displacement over time taken. So displacement we all know. We denote it by S, and time taken we denote it by T. And displacement is measured in meter and time is measured in second. Yes, displacement is measured in meter and time is measured in second. So meter per second is a derived unit because this is the unit of length and this is the unit of time. So the unit of velocity is dependent upon the units of length and time. So meter per second is a derived unit. Similarly, we have more. We can see pressure. The SI unit of pressure is Pascal. Yeah, you can just check in the slides here being presented. Work or energy, it is joule and it's denoted by capital J. Density, it's the ratio of mass per unit volume. Yes, density, the mass per unit volume. So you can see over there its SI unit is kg per meter cube as symbol, and frequency it's hertz. That's all about derived units. Now, right now we have already revised plus explained about derived units. Now we move to next topic. Today we are going to learn about different systems of unit. Different systems of unit are there. In previous classes also you might have already learnt about it. Different systems of units are: number 1, FPS system. FPS system. Now you've already learned about it in class 6 as well as in class 7. Simply the revision plus slight explanation. We all know F stands for foot, P stands for pound and S stands for times second. So we can define what is foot FPS system then. We can define FPS system as a system of measurement in which length is measured in foot. Length is measured in foot, mass is measured in pound and time is measured in second. So this is FPS system. It's a British system of measurement. So once again, if length is measured in foot, mass is measured in pound and time is measured in second, it is FPS system, a British system of measurement. Similarly, we have another system of measurement, number 2, it's CZS system. Now I think you already got the hints. What is it? CZS. C stands for centimeter, Z stands for gram and S stands for second. So the system in which length is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in gram and time is measured in second. That system of measurement is called CZS system. You can get the definition here. The system in which length is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in gram and time is measured in second. It is called CZS system of measurement. It is a French system of measurement. You can get the slides over here in definition or for definition. Now third one. Similarly, we have the third one, MKS system. So let me simply write here. Okay, let me just rub it and write here. Number 3, MKS system. MKS system. Now similarly, length, mass, time. Here length is measured in meter. M stands for meter. M is for meter. This K is for kilogram, and S is for second. So if length is measured in meter, mass is measured in kilogram, and time is measured in second, that sort of system is called MKS system. It's the metric system of measurement, MKS system. You can just check the definition here in the slides. So MKS system, these three systems of measurement. Then after these three systems, these were commonly used in different places. Now, then afterwards, it was felt that only these three units where quantities measurement were not sufficient. Then after the convention held of different scientists, a huge number of scientists, there was a convention, a conference was held, and afterwards they provided more quantities in it. And along with these three, 4 more quantities were added, and similarly the SI system, the SI units were developed. So here we go, System International, the units. You can just check over here. The fourth one, or which one is used worldwide, SI system of measurement. Fourth one we go, it's SI system, or we also call it, like in French, it's also called System International, the units. It is an international system of measurement. It's an international system, and it's the advanced one, the extended form of MKS system. Along with this length, mass, and time, 4 more quantities are added here. See, it is an international system of measurement, which is the modified and extended form of the MKS system, including more physical quantities, raising the number from 3 to 7. You can see the slides over here. These are the 7 quantities along with the 7 SI units which are provided through SI system. You can check here length. In previous class also, while studying about fundamental quantities, I have already explained about this table. Length, it's measured in meter. Length is the fundamental quantity. It's measured in meter. And then we have mass. Mass is measured in kilogram. Its unit is kg. Time, it's measured in second. Symbol is S. And temperature, Kelvin, 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 named after scientists, but it's being used as unit. That's why we don't write capital K, but symbol we write as capital K. Similarly, you can see luminous intensity of light or brightness of light, that can be measured in candela. Symbol is CD. Or current, then after the flowing current, electric current, it's ampere, named after scientists, of course named in small letter because we are using it here as the SI unit, ampere, A-M-P-E-R-E, ampere. The symbol is capital A. And similarly, amount of substances, mole. And the symbol is simply M-O-L. That's all about the systems of measurement. Now, today we have 3 more topics. Length, measurement of length, measurement of mass and weight, and measurement of time. Now let's get started with measurement of length right now. So measurement of length. Actually in class 8 you have most of the topics repeated along with the base that you built up in class 6 and class 7. We are going to add little more topics only here in class 8, and same thing, don't get surprised, like same things would be repeated in class 9 also, along with few more things added in it. So you have to build up a proper base foundation. Now here, length. So our another topic for today is measurement of length. So we are going to learn about length. I think we all know length. What is length? It's simply like a point is here, another point is here. So the gap between these 2 points, how far those 2 points are, that gap is actually called length. I'll just try to join it with free hand. Okay, here, see, the gap between these 2 points is called length. Yes, so length, it can be in different forms. It can be in like the breadth can height. Our height is also the length, the gap between the 2 points from head to toe. Yeah, we call it height. Or maybe the diameter of a circle. Like for example, the diameter of a circle We can take it as the length. Okay, here. So here, suppose if it's the center, like here, this from this point to this point, how far they are, that point can also be taken as length. Diameter or thickness, these can come on the length. Now, we've already discussed before, the SI unit of length is meter. Its SI unit is meter, denoted by small m. Yes, you can just check in the slides for few definitions. The distance between any 2 points, we call it as length. There can be different, it can be of different form like length, breadth, height, or thickness, or diameter, or also it can be, its SI unit is meter. Now, one more thing we are going to discuss here. What is 1 meter length? Okay, the main thing we are going to focus here now. 1 meter length. What is 1 meter length? You can just check the definition in the slides. 1 meter length. 1 meter length is the distance. It is the distance between, see, two goal lines. Two parallel goal lines are kept, and these two goal lines are made in a bar. A bar that is made up of two elements named platinum and iridium. These are two metals. Mixing those two metals, a bar is made. Yeah, a bar is made mixing those two elements like this, for example, a platinum iridium bar. And in this bar, see, just more you can say it's made up of 90% platinum and 10% iridium. These two are the elements. Mixing these two elements, two metals, an alloy is made, and a bar is made of that alloy. And in that bar, two lines, two parallel goal lines are made. And this material, this is kept safe at 0 degrees centigrade temperature. So there will not be any expansion, contraction. 0 degrees centigrade temperature, it's been preserved. And this is preserved in the International Bureau of Weight and Measures in Sevres near Paris in France. Okay, and this indicated one. This 1 meter long kept in between these two goal lines, which is made in this platinum iridium bar. This length is called as 1 meter length. You can just check the definition in the slides once. The distance between two parallel gold lines. You can just check the definition between two parallel gold lines which are marked on a platinum iridium cylinder. Sorry, platinum iridium bar, and it's been preserved at 0 degrees centigrade in the International Bureau of Weights and Measures in Sevres near Paris in France. So that length is called 1 meter length. Now, as SI unit of length is meter, this is the standard unit. SI unit is length, meter. Now, it has like, what if you have to measure the smaller units, and what if you have to measure the bigger units, larger units than meter. So this, I know you have already learned about this in class 7, and you have already learned the conversion as well related to submultiples and multiples of length. You can just check in the slide like the relation. If we have to measure the smaller units, smaller length, or shorter distances, like we have to measure the length of a duster. Like previously also we discussed, if you have to measure its length, what you have to do? You just get a scale and then keep the scale over here on the surface, and then after we simply keep it the 0 level, and we just keep it here, and we simply measure the length of the duster. It's around 14.5 centimeters. Yes, its length. If you want to measure its breadth from this side to this side, you have to keep it straight. It's around, yes, 5 centimeters. Now, this we are measuring very smaller distances, shorter lengths. Yes, we can also represent it in millimeters. Yeah, but it will be difficult, like if we have to measure it in, represent it in meters or kilometers, it might be a bit difficult. That's why there are different multiples of meter as well. You can check in the slide, like see, there are different units used for the measurement of length. They can be millimeters, centimeters, decimeters, meter, or decameter, hectometer, kilometer. These are different units of measurement. And you can check here, like if we need to measure shorter distances, we can use millimeter or centimeter or meter. But if you have to measure larger distances, like you need to measure the distance from here to Bhaktapur, or maybe you need to measure the larger distances. So what do we do in such cases? We use kilometers. Yes, it would be suitable. But most often these decameters, hectometers, these are in less use. So these are the devices used for measuring length, like this measuring tape. If you have to measure larger distances, we can use measuring tape. Yeah, these are used. And if you have to measure shorter distances, we can use scales like this. Also the measuring tapes shown over there are used for measurement. These are different devices used for measurement. Now that's all about measurement here. So once let me revise in short. The gap between any 2 points, that is length. Its SI unit is meter, yeah, and sub multiples of meter are there and multiples of meter are also there. If you have to measure the shorter distances or shorter lengths, then we can use millimeters, centimeters, the lesser one, than meter. But if you have to measure the larger distances, then we can follow kilometers or hectometers, decameters. As I have already said, those are in less use. Mostly used one, commonly used one is kilometer. That's all about length. Now let's move to mass. Another topic is mass. So what do you have mass? What do we have in mass is the so simple to define. Mass. Simple. In previous classes also you have already learned the definition. Mass. It's simply the amount of matter. Like for example, a material like this, a ball. How much atoms? How many atoms are here? And the mass of those atoms. Yes, that is called its mass. The amount of matter present in it. How much matter, how much material is contained, how many atoms are there, and that is its mass. The amount of material or matter contained in a body, we call it as mass, and it depends upon the number of atoms. See, number, how many atoms are here and what is the mass of those atoms, it depends upon that. And like see this mass variable, we calculate mass like it is constant. The value of mass does not vary from place to place. And we have already discussed in previous class, it's measured by using the balances, beam balance, span balance, or physical balance. You can just check in the slide here. Amount of matter contained in a body. Yeah, how much amount of matter is in that body, like maybe in a duster or maybe in any material we find in our surrounding. The amount of matter stored in that body is its mass, and it depends upon the number and mass of the atoms that are contained in it, and it is measured by beam balance, or we can also use span balance, physical balance, depending upon the conditions. And its SI unit, the main one, its SI unit, we have been revising the same thing again. Its SI unit is kilogram. It is measured in kilogram. And also we have the sub-multiples and multiples of kilogram. If you have to measure smaller amount of mass, then we use like milligram, centigram, decigram. Yes. And if we have to measure the more amount, bigger amounts, then we use quintal, ton. These are the units for measurement of mass. And as I've already said, mass always remains constant. It does not vary from place to place. Like you measure the mass, a kg of potatoes here, it's 1 kg. You go to different places, different countries, it's same. Even you take the same amount of 1 kg potatoes and you go to moon, mass remains constant, because mass is the amount of matter in it. It is not affected. It does not vary from place to place. It does not change. Okay, you go to Jupiter or maybe you go to Mars, its amount remains the same. The amount of matter, the atoms present in it, it is same. That's why mass has a constant value. It doesn't vary from place to place. Like you can see the different instruments used. Beam balance is used for measuring the mass. Like in one side we can keep the standard mass units. You can see the ones of 1 kilogram, 1 kg, 500 gram or 200 gram, 250 gram. All these are kept over here. We keep in one side the standard unit, mass units, and in another pan we keep the things to be measured. Yeah, and when it comes in a balance point, the pointer comes in a balance stable point, then it is supposed to be like said to be the quantity kept over here is this much, 1 kg or maybe 500 gram or so on. These are the instruments used. Now we have 1 standard kilogram. So what is 1 standard? Just before we learned what is 1 meter length. Yes, now we have 1 standard kilogram. What is 1 standard kilogram then? Let's check out the definition here. 1 standard kilogram. Now similarly, see, like 1 meter length, it's also a cylindrical body, yeah, having same height and diameter, which is made up of the same platinum and iridium cylinder. See, platinum iridium cylinder of similar height and diameter. It's made and it's been preserved at 0 degrees centigrade and 0 degrees centigrade and of course in standard atmospheric pressure. It's been preserved in International Bureau of Weights and Measures in Sèvres near Paris in France. That kilogram, that 1 standard kilogram, it's been preserved there, and taking reference to that, other 1 kg 1 standard kilograms are made by different countries, and that is then followed in each and every places. So to define 1 standard kilogram, we can say it's the mass of cylindrical piece of platinum iridium alloy. Mixing two metals, the alloy is formed and it's preserved. Yeah, it's preserved in the institution, in the International Bureau of Weights and Measures in Paris. So that 1 kg mass, that is called as 1 standard kilogram. Then relations we have already discussed before. 1000, like 1000 kilograms, 1000 milligrams, sorry. The standard relations are here. We have already talked about the submultiples. 1000 milligram is equals to 1 gram. You can check in the slides also. 1000 milligram is equals to 1 gram. And similarly, 1000 gram is equals to 1 kilogram. Yes. Like similarly, other relations are here. 100 kilograms. It's equals to 1 quintal. And similarly, 10 quintals. It's equal to 1 ton, 1 metric ton, or we can say 1 ton. Yeah. So that's all here related to mass. These are the units of mass. Now in class 7 you have learned about conversion also. I think we have to be able to convert from milligram to gram or gram to milligram. You have to be able to convert from gram to kilogram. These conversions are required. Now simply a little bit I would like to add up on here so that this can help you while solving the numericals related to weight. Here milligram, to change milligram into gram, like if it's smaller unit, we have to divide it by the same relation. Okay, and if it's changing from bigger unit to smaller unit, you have to multiply it regarding the same relation. Like for example, if it's 1000 milligram, if you have to change this into gram, see, if you have to change this into gram, the standard relation is this one. Yes, so we have to divide this. We have to divide 1000 by, when it's divided by 1000, now it's changed into 1 gram. Like this, these conversions I think you have already learned in previous classes also. So this is related to mass. Now in another class, we will be learning about weight, measurement of weight, how mass and weight are different from each other. Yeah, the differences between mass and weight, and also we'll be learning about time, how to measure time and its conversion as well. For today, like you can try doing some of the works, try calculating the mass. Okay, find the mass of different objects available in your surrounding. Even find the mass of your body. What is the mass? The mass contained in different bodies found in your surrounding. And in next class, we will try to find the weight of that mass. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.